And Baptist theology on Israel and eschatology, it's turned into nothing but a bunch of good one-liners, proof texting, and most aren't even capable of having a real conversation about the subject. Most clearly have not listened to the other side, and they actually what they actually teach and what they have to say. And proof of this is the fact that they can't answer certain questions, or never is there any attempt to answer certain questions. And I hope tonight that this debate won't turn into a game of dodgeball where we just are avoiding questions. I don't think that's profitable. And it was very eye-opening to me when I started seeing the truth on this subject, how people couldn't even give a response to certain questions when asked about very specific doctrinal positions. Everything falls apart when you just ask certain questions, and pay very close attention to those who run away from questions. That's very telling. So, for example, I hope we can kind of talk about this tonight, but, when you ask, do you believe the Jews are God's chosen people? Most Baptists will say, well, of course. But then if you follow it up with chosen for what? They just stare at you. And that's an important question. If you just chosen for what? It means nothing if it's not chosen for something specific. But if you look at what the Bible says they're chosen for, it can be very enlightening. Do you believe Israel are the elect? Oh, yes. Well, elected to what? That's also an important question. When a Jew gets saved, does he lose any special inheritance? I can't get anyone to respond to this question. And if he does, or if he doesn't, what does a saved Jew have coming to them that I don't as a joint heir with Christ? If we all get the same thing, why do we care or even talk about ethnicity? So these are important questions that people need to ask. When did Ephraim become greater than Manasseh? We see that was prophesied by Jacob in Genesis 48, 18 through 20. If you try to answer that question, it's going to make your dispensational theology fall apart. Who are these children of the kingdom that Jesus talked about, Matthew 8, 10 through 12, that are going to be thrust into outer darkness? Who are those people? And so while dispensationalists are masters at avoiding these questions, just understand, if you actually look into these things and get answers, you'll find those answers in replacement theology.